Ron P, the OG here with some prize picks for today. Today's date is 8/15/2022. We're going to look at some props that I like from MLB, total bases, hitter fantasy score, strikeouts. So let's get right into the video. If you haven't liked this channel, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Suggest to others. All things will be greatly appreciated. But let's get right into it. First play I'm looking at today is Josh Smith, Texas. His prop on the night is 0.5. Let's look at him in props cash. Props cash over his last 10. He has a 60% hit rate. Last game against Seattle, he did not get a hit. Let's look at his last 30. 0.5, 53% hit rate over his last 30. Versus Oakland this season, 67% hit rate. He's hit it 4 out of 6 times. The pitcher he's facing today, I do like seeing Green up here, but he's decent against this pitcher. Against this pitcher, he's had 5 plate appearances, 1 single, 1 double. That's a 500 batting average against this pitcher. Let's look at him on the bat. The bat got him at 1.15 total bases, 5.84 fantasy points. Let's see what the odds are looking like on DraftKings. Josh Smith, minus 120, over 0.5 total bases, under minus 110. So no real big advantage on that. Texas has an expected run total of 4.6 runs for the night. That puts us in the top 10 for teams with the expected run total for the night. I'm leaning toward the over on this one. Great success against the pitcher. Pretty good success against Oakland. He's also a great candidate, man. If you're playing daily fantasy sports, he's only 2,000 on DraftKings. That's great value for someone who may have a decent night tonight. Fantasy Labs got him at 6.15 fantasy points. Again, I think that's a pretty good value for tonight. If you're also playing fantasy, got him at 2,000. That's pretty good. I'll definitely put him in my fantasy lineup for tonight. But I'm leaning towards Josh Smith to go over the prop of 0.5 total bases. Second player I'm looking at tonight is going to be Cody Bellinger, LA Dodgers. His prop on the night is 0.5 total bases going against Milwaukee. LA has a 4.6 projected run total for the night. Let's look at Bellinger over here on the bat. On props cash first. In his last 5, he's got a 60% hit rate, 3 out of 5 of the games. No history against Milwaukee. Let's look at his last 30. He got a 57% hit rate, 17 out of 30 games in his last 30. I like seeing Green over here against the right-handed pitcher. He has 2 plate appearances against this pitcher. Doesn't have a hit. This pitcher looks pretty tough to me. He's faced 66 left-handed batters this year. He's given up 7 singles, 2 doubles, 3 triples. And that's a 193 average, batting average that the batters have against him. That's left-handed batters. He's only given up 2 homers all season long. That's pretty decent. I think he's pitched around 47 innings. That's decent. Not really feeling a pitching matchup. Let's see what the bat got him at. That got him at 1.17 total bases, 6.09 fantasy points. Fantasy Lab doesn't give us a total base projection, but I do like looking at their fantasy point projection. Gives him 5.98 fantasy points. Let's see what he looks like on the books over here in Vegas. I mean, on DraftKings. They got it -120 to go over 0.5, -110 to go under 0.5. He didn't have a hit last game, so it's something to look at. But I'm leaning toward the under on Cody Bellinger for this game. I'm leaning toward the under for Bellinger. The third player I like today is also coming from the total base category, and we're looking at Vladimir Guerrero Jr., 1.5 total bases. Toronto has at the time of the recording, Toronto has the highest projected run total for the night at 5.4 runs. Let's look at Vladimir on Props Cash. Over his last 30, he's hit 1.5, 57% of the time. Last 10, 50% of the time. Last 5, 40% of the time. And against Baltimore, 50% of the time. 3 out of 6 games he's hit against Baltimore. Decent success against the pitcher he's facing today. He's had 6 at-bats, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs. He's batting .500 against that pitcher. The pitcher isn't that great against right-handed pitching. He's given up 19 home runs against 405 batters this year. Let's look at Vladimir over on the bat. The bat got him at 2.13 total bases with a total of 10 fantasy points. Fantasy Labs have him at 8.84 fantasy points, less than what the bat has him at. Let's look at him, what he looks like on DraftKings. DraftKings got him +100 to go over 1.5. I like that. I think that's a good choice right there. Take that +100 for him to go over 1.5 total bases. And I actually like that one pretty good. He's a pretty heavy favorite to go under 1.5 total bases. I like his history against the pitcher that he's facing. Like I said, he's 500 against this pitcher. High run total, 5.4 runs for the night. I'm going to lean toward the over on Vladimir Guerrero Jr. tonight to go over the total bases of 1.5.